The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Now, that's the same I'm sure we've all heard. And in some cases, it makes sense and can be true. But at some point, the enemy that you're fighting, when you start winning, well, that other enemy that becomes your friend because they're enemies with your enemy, well, guess what? They start to become your enemy. And that's kind of where we're at today. There's been a coalition of people over the past couple of years that's come together to push back against a lot of what the Western devs are doing in video games. You can call it DEI, you can call it ESG, whatever you want to call it, uglifying of women. And so lately, there's been a little bit of a division in that coalition. Now, I made a video on this the other day with my wife. We were talking about it. It started with Melanie Mack and this guy named Dread Roberts, but it's continuing to happen. And it seems to be coming from the religious right or people who are friends with the religious right. I mean, I don't know everybody's, religious background. So I don't know if they're Christians or if they're agnostic. I honestly don't know. And unless you're trying to censor me based on your religion, I honestly don't care. But it's like we're trying to go back to the 90s here. And there's a lot of people, including myself, that we do not want that to happen. Not at least when it comes to the religious right and their censorship of video games. We're not going to fight the left and their censorship just to then have that replaced with the right's version of censorship. That's not how this is going to go. And I'm a Christian. I was raised in a Southern Baptist church. I'm a preacher's boy, but I'm not going to sit here and try to force my own morality onto video games. All that I ask out of video game makers is to not purposely put crap in video games that is currently very divisive in current day politics. That's all I ask. Because when I play a video game, I want escapism. I want to be able to get just so immersed in that environment. I'm not just jarringly shaken out of it because of some political bullshit you shove into the game that makes me think of things going on in the real world today. Now, as far as everything else that's continued to happen since I last made that video, there's a guy that I follow on Twitter. I subscribe to him on YouTube, and every now and then I'll listen to his videos because generally we're kind of aligned with our political views. But he's made a post again about the First Descendant. It all comes back to the First Descendant, and this is really pissing me the fuck off. I'm not gonna lie, because they're using the left's language. So let's just start with this. Let's look at the definition of what a Coomer is. A Coomer, according to the Urban Dictionary, a Coomer is a male chronic masturbator, an incel on steroids who lives in front of his PC consuming porn all day and having no interest in life.
Good father, I recycle and I masturbate. And I'm proud of it. And God's happy. And later I'm going to masturbate and I'm going to think about you. And there's nothing you can do about it.
I hope you do think about me. I hope you think about what I said. That's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know what a Coomer is. Okay, so let's take a look at the Quartering. He put out a post. I mean, it all comes back to this tweet by Pirate Nation. It's really having people show their true colors, to be honest with you. So the Quartering, he kind of goes in the middle here. He doesn't go as far as Melanie Mack did the other day, essentially calling for censorship. But he says, this is Coomer bait. There's that word. You can enjoy it. That's fine. Just stop pretending it's some sort of high art I need to respect. Play your Coomer video games. Again, he doubled down on the word. Have fun. There's nothing wrong with it. Just stop trying to church it up. We're not churching it up. We're not saying you need to respect it. We're saying you need to respect us as gamers. Stop calling us Coomers. Who the fuck are you to judge us? We just like a video game with attractive women. Who's to say that? What if I played the First Descendant? And I do. I never use this skin. I'm pointing at my damn monitor. You guys can't see it. I never use this skin. Right? Am I a Coomer now? Because I play the game? Just playing the game itself makes me a Coomer. I mean, this shit is ridiculous. I'm married with 2 kids. I have sex on probably more than most married men. I am not a Coomer. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying you're fucking using the left's language against your own people. Who the fuck are you? Get off your high horse and stop. Look, if you don't like this shit, that's fine. Don't play the fucking game. It's not for you. But then don't also say the same shit you're saying here. We're not telling you to respect the game. Respect the players. Respect the people who are essentially your comrades against the pushback of this whole DEI political bullshit that they're trying to shove into video games. All you're doing is pissing people off, and you can't even fucking see it. A lot of Coomers literally can't read. Again, he can't see it. I basically responded with Coomer bait. Seriously? I'm disappointed in your take here. I was trying to be nice. But the more I read this shit, the more it pisses me off. Yorch Torch Games here basically had a good point. Don't disrespect gamers by calling them goomers, coomers, or basement dwelling virgins. Gamers deserve respect. Gaming is huge, and there could be all kinds of games. If the First Ascendant is not your pint of beer, that's fine. Just don't disrespect gamers. Thank you. And that's what's pissing me off. These people essentially want to associate this game and other games like this with porn. But here's the problem I have with this. Where the fuck were you during Stellar Blade or 2B? I don't remember you saying shit with those games. In fact, you probably, I know Melanie Mac did. I don't know about the Quartering, but most people who are coming out now about the First Ascendant were there to support Stellar Blade. Were there to cry out at what little bit of the censorship that Sony put into Stellar Blade. So what is your problem with the First Ascendant? It makes no sense to me. It's very selective. It's hypocrisy at its finest. I don't see shit from the Quartering, Drad Roberts, and Melanie Mac, going after any of these video games that allow you to murder, that allow you to, steal, do any of those things. I mean, surely their morals and their Christianity values don't support that stuff. So where are they at, pushing this censorship on those games? They're not. It only seems to be targeted towards women. I'm sorry. We're not going back to, what is it the left always likes to talk about? Oh, that one TV series with the girls wearing the white little bonnets and the red outfit. I can't remember the name of it. God dang it. But anyway, we're not going back to that shit, right? So then someone else basically came out and said, so it's John Dell or Rose, whatever his name is. I agree with the Quartering that this is Coomer bait. It sadly led to a cancel brigade trying to root out Christians in gaming for saying what this is. Everyone doing that needs to reevaluate strategy. You will not win the culture war without Christians. We're not trying to call you out of the movement. We're pushing back because we're pissed. You guys are insulting us. You're using the left's language. What did you say? What did Coomer stand for again? Male chronic masturbator and incel on steroids who lives in front of his PC consuming porn all day and having no other interest in life? Yeah, that's what we're pissed about. We're not your enemy. You're making us your enemy, but that doesn't have to be the case. You're the one that's putting the target on your back. You're the one that's, basically showing everybody else that, hey, these people don't have the same values I have. Maybe I shouldn't associate with them because they're going to try to censor and take away the things I enjoy. And I'm sorry. If that's how people are viewing you because you're making these stupid little statements on Twitter, that's your problem. You're the one that needs to reevaluate your strategy, not us. Stop insulting the gamers. Respect the gamers. We can be your friends, or we can be your enemy. I'd much prefer friends because there is so much more that we probably would agree with than disagree. If we can't agree to disagree and just say, hey, you do you, I'll do me, then there's a problem. Anyway, I know I'm a little heated here because, this shit pisses me off. The more and more I go through this, it really irritates the shit out of me. So in response to this, John De La Rose guy, again, if I'm mispronouncing your name, I apologize. I'm not intentionally doing so. How about you just let players play their games without insulting it or them? They are only pissed because the Christians decided to start insulting their own side because all of a sudden there's an issue with women in games. I don't recall Melanie or any of these other Christians calling Stellar Blade Coomer bait. If you don't like something and you can't discuss it without insulting the players or the game itself, just shut the fuck up and don't play it. It's simple. That's pretty much where I stand. Stop insulting the people who are supposed to be on your side. That's not a winning strategy. We're not the ones doing it. If you feel like you're getting rooted out and targeted because of the shit you're saying, reevaluate the shit you're saying. And you guys just want to sit up here on your moral high horse and act like we're the bad guys now. Is this how you really want it to go? Really? Because that seems like a losing strategy to me. We're not going back to the 90s where the religious right was able to censor video games, censor TV, or censor all this crap. Let the market decide. If you want to make something, make it, and see if people buy it. See if people play it. See if people watch it. If they don't, that's your answer. Nobody wants this shit. But I can tell you right now, nobody wants this shit. Nobody wants this crap that you're putting out there on Twitter, trying to morally grandstand against people who are on your same fucking team. Grow up. Or get the hell out of here. Okay? If you can't handle this, just stop. Stop. Don't say anything. You don't need to voice your opinion on this if all you're going to do is insult your own teammates who happen to enjoy it. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, guys. I mean, this shit's really pissing me off. The fact that they're just outright calling us Coomers, they're using the fucking same language that the left is using to basically call all of us that. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, like the video, hit thumbs up on it. That's all I got at this point, guys. It's mind blowing to me. It really is. Like the channel for more content. I appreciate everything you guys do. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.